Let's return now, though, to that top story. More on Pat Farmer's run in support of the Voice referendum. Let's go to our reporter, Gabriella Power in Sydney. Gabriella, where is he at the moment?
Danica, we understand ultramarathon runner Pat Farmer has just crossed the Spit Bridge. We are standing by waiting for him to run past. We'll just look over to see if we can see any movement. But he started his journey at 5 o'clock this morning from Palm Beach. He has to run 80 kilometres today. He will soon be crossing the Sydney Harbour Bridge and he'll be making his way to the Opera House, where he will be meeting with Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. He'll also be meeting with Sydney Lord Mayor Clover Moore. You can hear the cheers as he's about to make his way through Mossman. Dozens of supporters have turned out today. They're holding up Vote Yes cards. They're wearing shirts that read Vote Yes. They're all here to cheer him on. Now, as part of his journey today through the Northern Beaches, he was joined by two Teal MPs, Dr. Sophie Scamps and Zali Steggall. I can hear some cheering, so we are on the lookout to see if we can see ultramarathon runner Pat Farmer. He is running almost 15,000 kilometres around Australia. This is to raise awareness and support for the Indigenous voice to Parliament. He's battered bad weather. He's even battered a cyclone while he was in WA, and he's been meeting with local communities to help inform them on what the voice is all about. I can see some movement. It looks like we can see ultramarathon runner Pat Farmer with dozens of people running alongside him in support, raising awareness and support for the Indigenous voice to Parliament. You could hear the cheering behind me. Dozens of people are here. They're blasting music. They're holding up signs saying Vote Yes. You can see people and hear people in their cars tooting and cheering as ultramarathon runner Pat Farmer makes his way through Sydney. He's, of course, going to be going on to Melbourne and Adelaide as part of his journey. He'll be finishing his marathon run around the country in Uluru. This journey is going to take him 6 months. He is getting closer, Danica, so we are just going to go up and see if we can speak to ultramarathon runner Pat Farmer, who is making his way. Hello, Pat Farmer. Thank you so much for stopping to speak with us. Here he is. Congratulations. How's your journey through the Northern Beaches been?
It's been fantastic. We've had a lot of local members join us, and it's so nice to see members of Parliament from both independents and even the Libs as well that are standing up for the voice and believe in the yes vote.
What does it mean to you to see so many people turning out in support of you today?
Oh, look, it's not in support of me. It's in support of those poor Indigenous people in communities that have been neglected for such a long period of time that they've been subject of what's come out of Canberra rather than having input to what goes into Canberra for themselves. And so that's why the yes vote is so important. It's so important because it's going to give opportunity for people to really have a say in their own destiny.
Are you looking forward to running with the Prime Minister this afternoon?
Oh, very much so, very much so. And I believe he's in pretty good shape at the moment, so he's done pretty well. I had a run with Jim Chalmers up in Queensland. Of course, Jim and I ran 15 kilometres together, and Jim hammered it out pretty hard, so I'm hoping the PM doesn't do the same thing to me.
You've been running around the country. How does the Northern Beaches compare to other parts?
Well, of course, the Northern Beaches is a very familiar part of the country to me. I have a brother that's been living here all his life, and I've spent a lot of time on the Northern Beaches, so it almost feels like I'm getting closer to home, but the hardest thing is going to be leaving here, pushing on. I still have 4,500 kilometres to do to get to Uluru, so my final finish point is in Uluru. So yeah, still a long way to go, but it's wonderful to see so many great supporters here, and to have Zali come along and run with us as well. It's been tremendous.
Oh, geez, the support on the ground's been fantastic. Commuters, people waving, beeping their horns, fantastic. But I've got to say, fantastic effort by Pat and his crew, because there's a number of guys here running around, showing that we can all pull together for a united Australia that recognises Indigenous Australians and gives them a voice.
What have you been hearing on the ground? Has this been making quite a big impact?
look, it's growing, which is what we need. We don't yet have a date, but we know the momentum is growing. We've seen the spirit of Australia get behind the Matildas. Australia can do this. Australia can be a fair and fun-loving country, and I really believe in the spirit of the Australian people to get behind the voice.
Sally Stegel, Pat Farmer, we'll let you keep running. Thank you so much for stopping and speaking to us. We really appreciate